Good morning, everyone. I'm coming to you live with an urgent message. I just read about this at about, I don't know, 3 a.m. last night. So I thought I would do a live stream about it because this is very urgent and it does require action from you. And this isn't just crypto related, but it affects everyone globally. And that's why we're here. So let's get right into it. So there is currently a massive Google Chrome exploit. There's actually four exploits, but one specifically that is a massive risk. Um, so the vulnerability is Google has taken immediate security action for Chrome browser users globally, targeting four critical vulnerabilities, one of which, a 0-day vulnerability, is currently being actively exploited. Okay, so 0-day vulnerability basically means that the vulnerability was released and came out before Google had time to address it. They had 0 days to address it, and is currently being exploited, meaning people have already been affected by this. And anyone can be affected by it who uses Chrome or even Brave browsers as well. So, a little more information, some kind of like nerdy tech stuff about this vulnerability. It's a type confusion flaw in Chrome's V8 JavaScript engine. And bear with me, I'm going to break down each one of these highlighted words or terms. It represents the most concerning vulnerability in this security update, and it's tracked as CVE 2025-10585. And it doesn't matter. I'm just briefly looking over the chat. It doesn't matter if you use Chrome for crypto or not. This doesn't just affect crypto users. This literally affects anyone who uses Chrome on their desktop device. And that goes for Mac, Windows, and Linux devices. So what is a type confusion flaw? This is a coding mistake where Chrome gets confused about the kind of data it's handling, which hackers can trick into using the wrong way, which is exactly what they've done with this vulnerability. And what is the V8 JavaScript engine? It's part of Chrome that runs JavaScript, so it's the language that websites use to make pages interactive. Now, this is like a very brief overview, and I've just simplified it in a way that I can easily explain it in a way that I could easily understand it. And then the CVE 2025-10585. CVE stands for Common Vulnerabilities and Exposures, and it's really just an identifier that was given to this specific vulnerability. So what does this vulnerability do? It allows attackers to bypass your browser's security sandbox. They can gain remote control to your desktop device. And of course, with that, they can steal sensitive data. And that would include your crypto wallets. If you are using a hot wallet on your desktop, like MetaMask, like Phantom, like Trust Wallet, Exodus, or even if you're accessing crypto exchanges on your desktop device, all of those could be exposed as a result of this vulnerability, which again affects every Chrome user globally, right? How long has this been an issue? It was discovered on September 16th by Google's own threat analysis group. So it has been around for what? Today's the third day that we know of. As far as who's affected, it is a global concern. Anyone using Chrome browser on Mac OS, Windows, or Linux devices is at risk. As far as I know, this does not affect Chrome mobile users. This is specific to desktop users. Now, before I started this live stream, I actually had to update my Chrome. Usually when I log onto Chrome, or when I'm using Chrome, it'll tell me, it'll be in the little upper right-hand corner. It says update Chrome. It always says that. For some reason, this time it didn't say it. I don't know what's going on. But this is an actual screenshot, and this is the before and after. So before I updated, I was running the 1.3.3 version, and then my dog is crying right now. And then I was running the let me get my dog real quick. He's going crazy. Okay, anyways, sorry, my dog he's going crazy. He's upset about this vulnerability, so he's yelling at everyone. Anyways, so before I updated, I was running 133, and once I updated, it's now 0.186. And I'll show you how to update your Google Chrome manually, and I'll also show you how to um, I'll show you how to check right now. So let me just bring up this. Okay, so here's how you can check your current version. If you open up Google Chrome on your desktop device and then tap the three little arrows, then go down to the help, and then um, go to about Google Chrome. And then here you can see what version you're running. If there's an update, it'll say there's an update right here. You'll just tap the button, and then you need to restart your Google Chrome. So again, if you're not running the latest version for your device, it will have an update button here. You'll tap that button, it'll do the update, and then it'll prompt you to close out of Chrome and restart it. Make sure you close out and restart. Okay. So that's the solution that I just gave you. What to do: Google has released an immediate update for all desktop versions of Chrome. Users should update to version either 0.185 or 0.186 on Windows and Mac OS, and to 0.185 on Linux. Also update your Brave browser. And you should go and do this immediately, either now or after the stream. So how does this affect crypto users? I pretty much already explained that, but it's literally as simple as you visit a website and your wallet is compromised. I mean, it could literally be that simple. I haven't heard of any specific reports of people losing crypto as a result of this. However, I did have a comment last night from one of our prominent subscribers here on the channel. Said that he did a transaction, and he's done thousands of transactions. He did it on a desktop device, and the crypto was sent to a completely different address that's not controlled by him. Maybe it has something to do with this, maybe not. It's really impossible to say. But yeah, why chance it, right? And I want to make this very clear. And I know this is all super negative, and it's like, oh, another scam, another hack. This isn't over. Like, this is an ongoing issue. There's always going to be scams. There's always going to be hackers. It's a $1 trillion industry. And this was around long before crypto was. So if you think this is all doom and gloom for crypto, it's not. Just as users, especially as early as we still are in crypto, we need to, take initiative and be responsible for securing our crypto. And one way to do that is to secure the devices that you're using to manage your crypto, or manage your crypto on more secure devices. This is just a little data that I pulled from an article that cyber attacks surged by 30% during the holiday season, according to CyberInt. And the reason I say that is because, well, we're going into the holidays. It's Q4 2024 right now. October, also known as Uptober, right? Crypto historically has gone up in October, which means the amount of scams and the amount of hacks is also going to go up. There's a couple reasons for that. Businesses are taking time off, and that's a perfect time for hackers to try to, compromise systems when no one's around to be watching over things. Also, during the holidays, everyone is rushed, kind of panicked. They're trying to get stuff done. So, they're maybe not paying as close attention. And then also, again, we have crypto going up. And when crypto goes up, everyone gets excited. There's a lot of FOMO, fear of missing out, and people make mistakes because, again, they're not paying attention. So as we head into the last few months of 2025, I would only expect these things to get worse. And this is another reminder that you shouldn't leave any vulnerable secret on your computer. This isn't, just specifically talking about crypto, but like any passwords, if you have any files with any, sensitive information, it could be, personal information, social security numbers, pictures of your IDs, anything like that. But especially more specific to crypto, crypto wallets. If you have a crypto wallet app installed on your computer, again, MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Coinbase Wallet, Exodus, Phantom, anything like that, it's at risk. It's just plain and simple. There's no, well, what if I disconnect my computer from the internet? Well, you're going to connect it again eventually, right? So yeah, if you have a software wallet on your computer, the keys to that wallet, the keys to your MetaMask wallet, the keys to your Phantom wallet are stored in the software on your internet connected device. That's why it's called a hot wallet. It's hot. And vulnerabilities like this Google Chrome one can easily compromise those keys. So the simple solution, at least for crypto, is to keep your keys offline, right? You have a couple ways you can do that. You can obviously have a physical copy of your seed phrase, right? We all have our seed phrase written down, hopefully not on a piece of paper. Hopefully you have a metal seed phrase plate. But that's only good for one thing. Paper backups are really only good for one thing, and that's for securely storing your key offline. It does a great job at just holding your seed phrase, right? What you can't do with a paper backup is you can't manage your crypto in a secure environment. That's the main difference between a paper backup and then a hardware wallet or a cold wallet. Cold wallets don't only store the keys used to access and manage your crypto offline, but it allows you to sign transactions offline in a secure environment. And then using, the cold wallet app, whether it's Ledger Live, Tangem, Trezor Suite, the apps are just middleman. They're just a middleman that communicates data, transaction data between the blockchain and your offline wallet device, because cold wallets don't talk to the internet. That's why you have to connect it to an app. But again, like when you sign a transaction using your cold wallet, that transaction data is transferred from the blockchain to your cold wallet app. The transaction is signed on the cold wallet, which is offline. Then once it's signed, it's sent back to your cold wallet app and then broadcasted to the blockchain. And that's, kind of how it works. And that's why the most secure way currently to store your crypto, or rather to store and manage the keys used to access your crypto, is a cold wallet. And that's why I talk about this stuff. I mean, it's really simple. A lot of people, myself included in the past, have overcomplicated crypto security. Crypto security 101 is keep your key safe. Keep your seed phrase safe. How do you do that? You use a cold wallet. How do you keep your cold wallet safe? You keep it cold by keeping it offline, by not connecting it to random websites and signing transactions. If you want to do that, use a completely separate wallet. Could be another cold wallet, could be a hot wallet, but where you keep the majority of your crypto needs to be in a hardware wallet that is kept offline. Again, keeping it offline means not signing transactions on random websites. That's what I mean by keeping it offline. Because once you sign a transaction, you sign a spin approval that allows the contract to take crypto from your wallet. You have essentially turned your cold wallet into a hot wallet. I just got this comment. Shout out to CT if you're here on the live stream watching. But I just got this comment before starting the live stream, so I thought I'd include it. They said, those cold wallets scare me. I've seen people lose their crypto. And the reason I brought this up is because two things. One, I get it that cold wallets are scary. They seem complicated to use. Many of them are. And if you've never used one before, it can be, it can seem not so appealing because the barrier to entry seems so high. The second part, I've seen people lose their crypto. Any reports of people you've seen losing crypto with a cold wallet, I'd say over 99% of those reports are not because the cold wallet had a vulnerability or because it wasn't secure. As I'm sure a lot of you already know, it's almost always user error. They connected their wallet to a random website to claim an airdrop. They got greedy and fell for the scam that was giving away money, and they signed a malicious transaction. And then, it could have been that same day. It could be weeks later. All of a sudden, their crypto was drained. This happens every single day. if you're on Twitter, just go to the search bar and type in wallet drained. You could read thousands of threads from or comments from different users who are literally getting their crypto drained every single day. And I was just doing that before this live stream as well. And the most common scenario I saw though is people are keeping their crypto in hot wallets like Phantom. The second thing that I noticed is they always say that they interacted with some kind of website. A lot of them went onto a website to claim free crypto, right? The temptation to get money quick is always there, and it's one of the best ways that scammers take advantage of people who aren't aware how this stuff works. And that's why this channel exists, is to hopefully help teach you and keep you updated with how the blockchain space works and how to stay secure. But all that said, if you are scared to use a cold wallet, like if you have your crypto on an exchange or in a hot wallet and you're comfortable, I really do want to push you and urge you to just get a cold wallet. And then, you don't have to like transfer everything at once, but just get it. It doesn't hurt to get one and then, play around with it. Right. Maybe you buy a cold wallet, you get it, and you don't transfer crypto to it, but you mess around with it for a week. And then maybe you get familiar with the user interface. And then next week you decide to transfer $20. That's better than not taking initiative and, eventually having something like today's vulnerability pop up and you lose $10,000 of Bitcoin. Right. So that's why I wanted to bring up this comment. Something else that literally just like the reason I was late to this live stream is I was actually taking a screenshot and adding this to the live stream thing here. But this is just a reason why you don't store your crypto on crypto exchanges. Not only are they not secure, but Bitcoin Archive posted NBA star Kevin Durant invested in Bitcoin in 2016, but was locked out of his Coinbase account until this week. And then Brian Armstrong says, "We got this fixed. Account recovery complete." Basically 10 years later. Fortunately for Kevin, Bitcoin has only gone up since 2016. So he turned his 600 and, well, depending how much he bought, but Bitcoin back then was $650. Now, it's near $117,000. So he basically did 180x because Coinbase had his crypto locked for so long. But yeah, that's another reason, like, you don't want to keep crypto on exchanges. They are custodial wallets, which means they own the keys to your crypto, which means you don't actually own your crypto. That's why they can freeze your account. That's why they can lock your funds. It doesn't just happen to big stars like Kevin Durant or people with a lot of money. It's happened to me, and I had a relatively small amount of crypto on my Coinbase account. And it's happened to my friend, and it's happened to thousands of other people. And it's not just Coinbase. Literally any crypto exchange, any centralized crypto exchange has the ability to freeze your funds or lock your account. I just want to make that very clear. I feel like there's something else I was going to say, but I will say, and if you need any help, feel free to, obviously drop questions, comments in the chat. But there are three cold wallet deals right now that's in the description of this live stream. The first one that a lot of you are probably already aware of is 20% off limited edition Tangem cards. And again, that link is in the description. So you just go tap that link. It should apply the discount automatically. Otherwise, the details to the discounts in the description. And then also 25% off the Tangem ring. This is a cold wallet. My crypto is secured by this ring. It also comes with 2 cards, currently 25% off the ring. And then for Ledger, yesterday I just dropped a tutorial on the Ledger Flex, which is my personal favorite Ledger wallet. One of the most secure wallets on the market in my experience and my research. But with any Ledger wallet you buy, not just the Flex, but any Ledger wallet, you get $10 worth of free Bitcoin. It comes with a physical voucher, which I actually think I have one I could show you. Maybe this is the wrong box. Because I don't think I've ever shown anyone what the physical voucher looks like. So I got the Solana version of the Ledger Flex, which is actually super cool. It looks like this kind of rainbow colored. But it came with $20 worth of free Solana. See if I can get this here. It's so blurry. So it came with $20 worth of free Solana. When you buy a Ledger Flex wallet using my link, you'll get a physical voucher just like this, except it'll be for $10 of free Bitcoin. And then you'll basically just scratch this off, and then you'll be able to claim it in your Ledger Live account. So that deal is also in the description of this live stream.